Good morning. Thank you for joining us in our webinar 2021 Economic Outlook in Chile and Pro-Investment Measures, organized by InvestChile and the Ministry of Economy, Development and Tourism, with the support of our friends from the binational chambers. During the next few minutes, we invite you to participate in a relevant conversation about the projections of the Chilean economy, especially in the context of the coronavirus, but also about what the government is doing to reactivate the country and the business opportunities that Chile continues to offer to foreign investors. We will begin with a complete presentation of the Minister of Economy, Palacios. Later, we will be joined on a panel by Guillermo, General Manager of the French company Michelin, and Soledad Matos, General Manager of Oracle in Chile. Then, and finally, we will comment on the series of ebooks with the business outlook and sector opportunities, which we have developed especially for foreign investors, named InvestChile Insight. Well, without further ado, I will leave you with the Minister of Economy, Palacios. Thank you very much, Andrés. I am very happy to be able to start this seminar that I hope will bring many fruits to our country. This investment is like a pillar of recovery for Chile, because if we look at the history of Chile, we see the growth of our country is strongly linked to investment, and in particular to foreign investment. There is a direct correlation between GDP growth, economic growth, and investment in different countries, from different latitudes, have put in our country. From the point of view also of the management of the coronavirus, our country can show auspicious figures. We have made a strong progress in the vaccination process. We still need to continue advancing. However, the fruits are already being observed. A decrease in infections, a decrease in pressure on the hospital system, and that gives us the space to continue advancing rapidly in a process of economic reactivation that does not have to be only based on domestic spending, but also on investment, because we still need to create close to 1 million jobs. There is no better social policy than job creation, and that is one of the fundamental objectives that we have to make coincide with the decrease in the infections and to create new jobs. Work the effort of the private sector investment against that future profitability is reasonable, is positive, and is one of our great objectives. If this is fulfilled this year, an interesting recovery process, we see that, adding the year 2020 and the year 2021, we will be the only country in Latin America that can show figures on average both years above zero. It is not to be extremely happy because we have seen strongly hit in 2020, and we're still being hit. But however, the economy, the Chilean economy, has shown signs of resilience and the capacity to get ahead that not all countries can demonstrate in the same way. And why? Because we have an institutional system, because we have an effort root in our roots, and that it's very important to be able to move forward in order to invest, to be able to create new business opportunities, and also new jobs. From the Ministry of Economy, we have a timeline in which we have been enabled different aids, different supports to facilitate investment. There are some of the initiatives in the presentation, but they all converge towards being able to facilitate the investment processes, facilitate all the bureaucracy, reduce the bureaucracy that many times takes roots in the countries, facilitate, help, always with respect for the environment, for the communities, for what we want for our country, but also always having a fundamental objective, how important it is to facilitate investment, accompany investment. To what? To be able to join this development that we need so much. The Constitution. We are in the middle of the constitutional process in our country, which is a good thing from several points of view. First, because countries often need to question themselves, see how they will continue to grow in the future. We have institutionally led a constitutional discussion. A plebiscite was held, which was an example at the international level. In the way that it was carried out, it was made an election where the constituents were elected, and now those constituents have to convene in order to be able, within a reasonable time, to talk, to review the matters that have to be incorporated into the constitution of our country for the next decades. Now there is something that is very important. Chile is not born from zero. Chile is a small country, extraordinarily open to the world. 57% of our gross domestic products is directly or indirectly linked to international trade. Chile is a small country that always has respected and always required foreign investment in general, and it will continue to respect that. In fact, the four axes between which the constitutional discussion are circumscribed and that all political parties have been subscribed to, those four axes are democracy, representative republic, enforceable sentence, and something very important, total respect for international treaties and everything that it is the treaty to respect foreign investment in Chile. If we look at what is traditionally invested in our country, we have seen that heavily in mining and other traditional industries such as forestry, salmon farming, agribusiness. But nevertheless, two great new industries have been born in our country that I would like to invite investors from all over the world, which are the technological and digital industries on the one hand. Many industries have been positioning in Chile because they see from Chile a technological and logistics platform and services from Latin America to Pacific Asia. We are providing many facilities for these companies to be installed in Chile, accompaniment through the Ministry of Economy, through also a fundamental role which InvestChile is generating so that they can settle in Chile and develop this great industry that will generate so many opportunities and is already generating in our country. And on the other hand, non-conventional renewable energy. Chile is a country that in green hydrogen, but not only in green hydrogen, but also in wind energy, solar energy, all non-conventional renewable energies is becoming a power. And that is also a great opportunity that we have seen and that InvestChile has facilitated so that from different latitudes, investment entrepreneurs come to settle in our country. This is why I believe that seminars like this one are very important so that they can see that in Chile, in the situation we're facing, with all the changes, with all the difficulties that the pandemic has been, with all the processes that are occurring in our country, continues to be and will continue to be a country where you have to place a bet, you have to put the investment. Why? Because new industries are being born and the sooner you can set foot in Chile, the faster you can take advantage of that opportunity. Thank you, Minister, for such an interesting presentation. A question for the public that has been asked several times is about the vision of the ministry regarding the economic projections for our country. What can you tell us about this topic? Thank you for the question. During the year 2021, Chile will be strongly recuperated in economy. We believe that this growth will be over 6% and that will let us recuperate important part of our economic decrease in the year 2020. We still have many jobs to recuperate. Therefore, this growth must be with jobs creation, and we do not want that this economic growth of 2021 be only with domestic expenses, running expenses, but also have an important investment component. And what we have observed in capital assets imports is that there is an important increase from January in the year 2021, and this is a very good sign. This means that enterprises are bringing mechanism equipment to invest. Moreover, on one hand, we have seen that in the following of big projects investments, there are new increase of initiatives in minery. On the other hand, not conventional renewable energies is very important. This is a new increase industry that is strongly establishing in Chile, that is digital economy, the technological industry. Thank you, Minister. In closing, and as Director of InvestChile, I would like to offer you the opportunity to speak directly to foreign investors who are looking at you right now. What will be your message to them? I would like to get the attention of all that must take invest decisions in order to trust in Chile. Chile has an history. Chile is not a newborn country. It was born many years ago. We have been constructing between all of us, and decisions that you have also are going to be a fundamental pillar in the recovery. This is why I ask you to maintain a positive vision on what is going on during short, medium and long periods. That is the vision that investors with a future view must have. Thank you very much, Minister. Undoubtedly, much remains to do, and reactivating our economy is a task laid by the Ministry of Economy, but in which we all have to play an active role. Next up, we will be talking with representatives of foreign companies established in Chile. How do you see our business environment and the projections of the country? Before that, I invite you to learn a little more about what we do at InvestChile. We continue with our webinar 2021 Economic Outlook in Chile and Pro-Investment Measures, organized by InvestChile and the Ministry of Economy. In this section, two representatives of foreign companies that are operating in our country join to know the vision of investors regarding the projections of the companies in Chile and their view of our business environment. I welcome you, Soledad Matos, General Manager of Oracle in Chile, and Guillermo Crevatin, General Manager of the French company Michelin. Both companies, with the support of InvestChile, are developing interesting projects in our country. In the case of Oracle, we are talking about one of the most important technology companies in the world, based in California, USA. They are developing a cloud region in Chile, the second of its kind in Latin America, from where they will provide services to Argentina, Peru, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Bolivia. Michelin, for its part, announced a circular economy project, recycling tires from mining, which will be the company's first plant in the world in this area. So welcome. In your eyes, what would be the main challenges or gaps faced by companies established in Chile today regarding the pandemic? Guillermo, if you start off, please. Well, I think that the challenge we all have as companies is digitalization, learning to work in a different way, working remotely, for example. For example, in this project that we're running, normally we would have a team from France, the United States, from different countries, Brazil, located here in Chile. Today we cannot have it. However, we have not stopped, and we're doing it. We're moving forward, and I think another challenge is speed. The speed at which we can do things, and that speed to be the right one. We all have to work together, state, government, and private companies. Because this is defining something we decided to do today, and it's not done at a specific time, we will lose the opportunity. Time is key, and the help that we can have for those projects that are modified can become a reality. Perfect. Interesting. And Soledad, your look? Look, we believe that we see it as very positive. We have many challenges. Data security policy issues. We have challenges in terms of how we are going to anticipate these new jobs. As a result of the arrival of technology and the digitalization of companies, and how companies are going to train their people, and how universities and institutes going one way or another, anticipating these new jobs in their curricula, because we understand that technology, it will generate changes from the point of view of bringing in new jobs, but bringing in other jobs that the pandemic has eliminated. We think that Chilean companies, from the point of view of the need of a technological approach, have also advanced quite rapidly. Therefore, they no longer see technology as something from the exclusive sphere of a technology area, but rather as an end in itself. And in one way or another, across business need to integrate digital technologies to change those business models. On the other hand, I think that we have an interesting challenge from the leadership point of view, because in one way or another, companies will need to be much more adaptive, to be able to adapt to changes more quickly, and that will also require of organizations that develop other types of skills that have more to do with vulnerability, empathy, humility, the ability to learn constantly. Because we are also facing a workforce that is demanding different things. So also the organizations that prioritize the interest of the people, we think that they will be prosper over those that do it only for themselves. And I think that is a tremendous change And I think that is a tremendous change that is coming. Nowadays, the customer is much more demanding in terms of technology. They are more empowered, and people have other kind of expectations regarding enterprises. So we should go in the same line. The people and the new developers of labor force are going to be needing from us, working together between the public and private sector. Otherwise, it cannot be possible. This is not an individual job. Perfect, right. And there, Soledad, I would like to go deep in a topic that you brought into the conversation when we were talking about this kind of project that both of you are developing. We talked about counting on professionals and qualified technicians, talent. What kind of characteristics has or should have a professional to work in a multinational today in the sectors that you represent? Soledad, if you can go on with the idea. Look, of course that with the technical knowledge about technologies, not only current ones, but the emerging that are going to start coming harder every time in the markets, artificial intelligence, etc. But notice that we are particularly considering that mainly they should have a real crossover with our purpose to transform Oracle through the day.
Un cruce real con nuestro propósito de transformar el mundo a través de los datos. Y eso tiene que ver con que nosotros tenemos que ampliar la mirada y no perdernos de esa fuerza
that transforms Oracle through data. That has to do with the fact that we must broaden our view and not lose ourselves from that workforce that comes with new ideas and with greater diversity. So what have we done for that? We are hiring all of our students who end the university blindly. We have an extremely successful program in Latin America where we invite career students to apply to Oracle, and the entire process is based on our purpose and values. So we do not see the face, we do not know what career they studied, and throughout the process they are doing a transformation project aligned to our process of values. That allowed us to include more women in an area that is recognized and more masculine, and 52% of those students were women. Now, these students go through the entire company in such a way that they develop skills from a 360-degree perspective, and that allows them to contribute value in a much better way. Because if technology is misaligned with everything else, it does not serve any of the customers and none of our citizens. In one way or another there, Guillermo, who must be a technology consumer, will share with me the idea that technology for technology's sake does not add value to a company. Learning that has to do with the skills very different from techniques. Techniques are the basis, but you have to have the ability to move very fast as well as not stop there. Think that today we're convinced that it will not be the greatest who eat the smallest, but at the end of the day, it will be the fastest who do so. And our people have to be able to add value to customers and anticipate new technologies that are coming and how they can support them. Thank you. How interesting to hear about the blind process. It's the first time I hear about something like that. I find it super interesting. We can go deeper into that later. In your case, Guillermo, how do you see it? What does a person have to be like to work in a multinational like ours? Of course, if you talk about technical skills, it is so variable today. We have factories of different types and in different countries of the world. People who work in sales, in marketing, people who work in finance, also people in the world of services, which we are going to work on this completely new, of making a recycling plant that they didn't do before. So, it's so vast. The universe is too big to define technical skills. Now there is something that is transversal to everything and that I agree with Soledad there too, that I'm going to rescue a word and it is the client. I am a personal and business technology consumer. So for me, a person who is going to work in our company, there are 120,000 of us in the world. The first thing you have to know is a clear customer orientation. Everything we do is reflected in the fact that a client with his free choice chooses us. Because you buy tires, because you buy a service, because you choose a Michelin during route, etc. The client at the center of everything. A person who comes to work with us has to be clear that the client is the main thing, and from there a new word is also gaining strength, which is the word sustainability. In other words, share the company's values in terms of sustainability. And for this, I'm going a little more specifically. We work on the diversity part. It is essential that the companies that are going to succeed in the future are diverse companies. Companies that reflect their customers in their own organizations. Their clients are diverse. They are not only 20 years old, they are not only 70 years old, they are not only women, men, different characteristics. A person who is going to work in this company has to be able to have an open mind, and we hire diverse people, and the people who are already in this company have to be able to have an open mind in terms of diversity. And there we also work what we call collective behaviors that must be transversal for everyone. And our behaviors are initiative. We're going to ask everyone to have initiative, to collaborate and to collaborate more and more, to know how to prioritize, to accelerate. And we return to that concept of the environment. This should be the profile of the people that we want for our company.
Perfecto, muchas gracias. Varias cosas en comunes. Valores, sustentabilidad.
Perfect. Several things in common: values, sustainability, commitment, etc. Finally, and very briefly, I start with you, Guillermo. How do you project the future of your company's operations in Chile, plant construction towards the future, and at the midterm? How do you project it? With great optimism. We have been in Chile for 40 years. So far, we have worked almost exclusively on the subject of tires, especially tires for mining, but for all types of tires. This year, we are introducing another line of business. This is the part of services and fleet management. And with this plant, with a new division of high technology materials, which from the recycling of tires, part of working on sustainability and recycling, we're going to get products that are going to replace other products that we are using in tires and really do that circular economy. So for me, we are very confident with the future of growth and consolidation and more business in this country.
Perfect.
Good to hear that. I'm very happy and thank you very much. Soledad, in your case? We are also very optimistic. The truth is that for the technology areas, there is also an opportunity within this crisis, and that cloud market is really very explosive because companies are requiring these new technologies precisely to adapt more quickly. Companies consider increase their spending on infrastructure in public cloud by 30.54% and by 38% in private cloud. We expect that by the end of 2021, 75% of the companies in Latin America will establish mechanisms to adopt infrastructure and applications based on the cloud at twice the speed than before the pandemic. So the truth is that we think that all our expansion to reach 38 data centers in regions in the world and Chile is coming. 29, and we have just inaugurated number 30. In Brazil, our plan is still in place, and we're going as fast as we can. So the truth is that it is accelerating, and also that the arrival of other factors in our case seems to me to generate a lot of collaboration. We already collaborate with Ashley, with others in other parts of the world. We think that only to bring benefits for citizens and for people. So from that perspective, we all win.
Y pensamos que eso solo va a traer beneficios para la ciudadanía y las personas. Entonces, desde esa perspectiva, ganamos todos.
Qué bueno y qué optimismo nos da el escucharlos y el
How good and positive it is to listen to you and how you project your operations in Chile. We are running out of time. I want to thank you for participating with us this morning, Soledad and Guillermo. And as always, make all InvestChile's capacity available for your projects and the future as you plan it. Continue to develop and grow in Chile. Thank you very much to both of you. Now, I also invite you to stay with us because next we will present InvestChile Insight, a new tool of the agency for foreign investors.
Reiteramos los agradecimientos a Soledad y Guillermo por acompañarnos esta mañana y ayudarnos a tener una visión más clara de la mirada que tienen las empresas extranjeras instaladas en Chile sobre nuestro país y sus proyecciones. A continuación, los invitamos a conocer InvestChile Insights, la nueva herramienta que la agencia ha preparado para los inversionistas extranjeros.
Chile is now leading the way in clean energy production. We are also a digital hub in Latin America and a country with a vibrant environment for doing business. Also, we produce sophisticated foods and rank among the world's foremost mining areas. Our wide range of industries mean that Chile offers attractive opportunities for foreign investors looking to expand their operations in one of the most dynamic economies in the region. We would therefore like to take this opportunity to invite you to learn more about the opportunities available in Chile's energy, technology, venture capital, food and mining industries. All of this information is available in our new series of InvestChile Insight ebooks, which can be downloaded for free from our website.
I invite you to download these ebooks in the link that appears on the screen and to subscribe to our investment review newsletter. And do not miss the main news of foreign investment in Chile and our future events. Foreign investment is called upon to play a key role in Chile's economic reactivation. And as InvestChile, we are committed to attracting more and better investment to the country, which helps to create jobs and which benefits reach everyone who lives in Chile. We are counting on you to make that goal a reality. Thank you very much to everyone who participated in our webinar today. Have a nice day.